This video has been made possible by Rebusfarm, the professional render service. Hey guys, welcome back. Well, today we're going to do a video on slightly more advanced modeling techniques, okay? And I'm doing that as a request. I received that question quite a few times over the last couple of weeks, whether I could do videos on more complex objects. Now, my question to you guys is, what do you consider to be complex objects? So please leave a comment below, okay? So today's tutorial is going to be about how to model a water bottle or water jug, kind of the several gallon type kind. And that's going to involve some little tricks and techniques you can do in Maya. We're going to texture and render that in Keyshot, where we're going to look at refraction and that kind of cool stuff. And yeah, that's what we're going to do. So before we jump in, a little favor to ask from you guys. Way at the end of this video, you'll find a link to my new Amazon store, and it contains all kinds of cool stuff for 3D artists and animators. I'd love it if you check it out and buy some stuff, obviously, but that's not my question. Can you guys let me know what is missing in this store? It's quite new, and I want this to be populated by real artists, okay? So if you have a favorite book or a piece of hardware that you think should be in there, check it out and let me know, okay? So without further ado, let's jump into our tutorial. Here we go. Hi guys, let's start. We're in Maya 2017, and like I said, we're going to start by doing slightly more complex objects to model, okay? So what we're going to do is a water bottle with a handle on it, so kind of a larger one that holds a number of gallons. And for that, we'll start off with a polygon cylinder, and we'll go in, we'll hit Ctrl A for our attribute editor. We're going to go in and we're going to set this to, let's do 16 subdivisions, and we'll set caps to 0, like so. And then we'll go in, right click at a face and delete that top face, and then switch views to right here, okay? We're going to right click and get a vertex, drag select them, push that down. So that will be our starting point. And then we're going to go in and right click at an edge, double click on that edge, and that's where we're going to start, okay? So go to this view, we're going to hit Ctrl E to extrude, we're going to hit W to pull up, and R to scale in, like so. G to repeat last command, W to pull up, G to repeat last command, W to pull up again, and R to scale out, G to repeat last command, W to pull up, G to repeat last command, W to pull up again, and once again R to scale in, G to repeat, W to pull up, G to repeat, W to pull up, and R to scale out. And now we're going to hit G to repeat and W to move up. And now basically we got the bottom part of our jug here, or bottle, or whatever. And we kind of want to mimic this setup down here in the top as well. And we don't want to have to copy that manually. So what we're going to do is we're just going to copy that over, okay? So we're going to go to this view, we're going to right click at object mode, we're going to hit Ctrl D to duplicate it, E to rotate, hold down J to snap it. I'm just going to flip that over like so. Then we're going to hit W, we're going to move that up like that. And the overall height, we'll fix that later, but for now, it's important that we're pretty close on the middle section there, like so. And what we'll do is we'll go in and we'll stitch that up, okay? So we got that one selected, shift select that one, go to mesh and combine, just so we have one mesh. And then we're going to right click, go to vertex, drag select these vertices, hold down shift and right click, go up to, hang on, shift right click, merge vertices and merge vertices, okay? So that's now one piece. Like I said, it's quite tall. So we're going to go in and we're going to right click at our vertex, drag select all of this stuff, hit W and start to bring that down like so until you have a height that you're happy with, maybe even a bit more than that. because we're going to still have the neck for our bottle. And then if you like, you can take this one and kind of put that more in the middle. Okay, so that's that. Let's look at the top of our bottle here. Right click face. So we can hit Control E to extrude that, hit W to move that up. Okay, and we're going to hit R to scale it in, and we're going to start to make that curved at the top here. G to repeat last command, W to pull up, R to scale in, G to repeat, W to pull up, R to scale in. Let's push that one down a little bit. G to repeat, W to pull up, R to scale in. And as you can see, we're moving towards the neck of our bottle. Maybe go in, let's see. No, that's about good. Okay, we're gonna hit G to repeat, we're gonna hit R to scale out because we want to have that cap. G to repeat, W to pull up to about there. And then if we like, we can go in, hit F to zoom in. We're gonna right click, go to edge, double click on that edge, and that should select it, but it doesn't want to for whatever reason. Right click vertex, drag select that, and actually I will just select the edge, that's quicker. Let me see. Sometimes you just want to save time, and sometimes you just have to go in and do it. Okay, that seems to be all right. So what we're doing again, oh yeah, we're gonna go to edit mesh and bevel. That's way off. So hit Control Z to go back. Apparently I need to reset it. Option box, edit, reset settings. There we go. So no taper, no nothing, and let's hit bevel. That's much better. And then we'll tweak that fraction to 0.03. Yeah, that's fine. Maybe a bit more. 0.05. Yep. All right. So that's the basic shape of her bottle. It's nothing special just yet. So what we're going to do next is we're going to add our handle section to it. So for that, what we're going to do is we're going to jump into this view here, and we're going to decide where the position of our handle is going to be. So we're going to right click, go to face, and let's go in, let's see, we'll go in here, and we'll bring that up to here. There you go. And let's just delete that. All right. So now we need to come up with a handle in this section, but first we need to close up some things. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to right click and go to edge, and I'm going to select this guy and shift select this guy, and then go over here and select this and shift select this, and go to bridge, option box, edit, reset settings. I want a linear path. I don't necessarily need a lot of subdivisions, so I'm just going to hit bridge. Okay, which will close that up for now. And we have a bunch of n-gons right now, but don't worry about that. We'll fix that. I'm going to click on that entire top edge there, and then we're going to go in here, and I'm going to double click on that as well. And we're going to go to mesh and fill hole. Where'd it go? Right there. So that looks okay. Now we need to create an area for our handle to be created. So what we'll do is we'll go into our multi tool. We'll take our multi-cut tool, and what we're going to do is we're going to jump from here to here, hit enter, and then we're going to go from here to here, and obviously that needs to be actually hang on, we're going to cancel that last one. Slightly different idea on this, how we can approach it. Let's see, Actually, I can do that as a guideline. So I'll do this. Just looking at the angle here. Hit enter, look at it from the top. F to zoom in, 4 for wireframe mode. So you can see that it's not quite there yet. So I'm going to hit Q on my keyboard so I can right click and go to vertex. Take that vertex and move it, which is pretty important to get it accurate. All right. And then let's see what we've got. Yep. Then what we're going to do is we are going to do the same on the top. So, yep. So we're going to take our multi-cut tool again. I'm going to go from here to here. And we're going to go from here, oops. Q on our keyboard, re-click it. Okay, let's check and make sure that that one is straight. Q on our keyboard, and W and move that like so. There you go. So now that we have that, trying to see what the best way is to get my handle. So we're going to go back into our multi-cut. We can now go from here to here to here. Okay, hit enter. And let's go from here to here to here and hit enter as well. Okay. We're going to Q on our keyboard. We're going to right click on a face, select these two faces and delete them. Select these two faces and delete them. We're going to right click, go to edge. We're going to double click to select that entire edge around, shift double click on that one, and we're going to go to edit mesh and bridge, option box, edit reset settings. I want a linear path. I'll do 8 subdivisions just in case I want to tweak it, and I'm going to hit bridge. Okay, which gives us this. Now what we're going to do here is close down a bunch of the stuff here so we can see what's going on. We're going to do a quick preview smooth. So I'm going to right click on object mode, hit 3 to preview smooth, and you can see that it needs some work but not too much. So hit 1 to go back. We're going to add a few edge loops. Okay, so we're going to go in to let's see, insert edge loop, option box. Make sure we got single setting going on there. And what we want to do is kind of hold this shape right here, which is kind of a hard shape. And we'll do that here as well. We'll do that here. We got this section sticking out here, so let's hold on to that as well. We'll do one here and one here. And then let's look at the top here. We want to hold that neck section. And let's do one here. We're going to Q on our keyboard, right click on object mode, hit 3 to preview smooth once again. That is much, much better. Now we do have a bunch of n-gons that we need to deal with. Let's first fix that bottom part there. I'm going to select that, Ctrl E to extrude, R to scale in, like so. We're going to hit W to raise that up just a bit, G to repeat last command, R to scale in, W to push up, G to repeat, R to scale in, G to repeat, W to push down, and R to scale in. Okay, and then we're going to go to object mode again and hit 3 to preview smooth. Okay, now let's, like I said, let's fix those n-gons. Hit 1 to go back, and we're going to go up to mesh and cleanup. Let's see, cleanup, yep, anything with more than 4 sides, that's what I want, and hit cleanup. Okay, and what you will see is that it will create triangles in the areas where we had the end gone before. Triangles are not bad in this situation, so it's okay. And now that we have that, let's try a preview smooth again. Hit 3, have a look, and see what we got. Now, overall, it doesn't look too bad at all. So, good. Let's see what else we can do. We can add a, just kind of a decorative item, if you will, something that will just kind of break that surface up a little bit. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll get out our multi-cut tool again. What I'll do first is go to into edge loop, option box, multiple. We'll do 1 because that will position it exactly in the middle. So not there. I want it to be there. Okay, so we've got 1 there and 1 there. Q on a keyboard, close that out. Have a look and see how they are positioned. And what we're going to do is we're going to right click on our vertex, take this and bring that down slightly, just to kind of fix our spacing, if you will. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go in, we're going to open up our modeling toolkit again, take our multi-cut tool again. We're going to skip this vertical row, so we're going to start here in the middle, and we're going to go from here to there, to there, 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 there. Okay, and skip that last one. So we're going to hit enter on that. Then we're going to repeat that process down here. Why is it not? It's not responding. Oh, there you go. Okay, we're going to hit enter. All right. We're going to Q on our keyboard. We're going to go in and we're going to right click and go to edge. And we're going to get rid of these edges here. Hit Control Delete, get rid of them. And we're going to right click, go to face. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. We're going to hit Control E to extrude. Let's tweak the offset a little bit. Let's see. 0.01. Let's see. 0.05. That's better. That's much better. And then let's see, we'll bring that in a little. Minus 0.05, which I think looks okay. Yep, sorry about that. We're going to right click at object mode. We're going to hit 3 to preview smooth, which will give us that wavy waterline type deal. That's what we're going for. So we're going to hit 1 to go back, and now we're going to go up to smooth to actually smooth it. Let's check for n-gons one more time. So we're going to go to cleanup and cleanup. There we go. Let's go to mesh and smooth to actually smooth. And this is going to be a render shot, so we can make this as smooth as we like. So what we'll do is we'll hit Control Z to go back. And reason being that I want to make absolutely sure that we have a nice clean line up here. Okay, so I'm just going to add one more edge loop there, and we'll do one here, one there. Okay, Q on our keyboard, right click object mode, go to mesh and smooth. And this looks okay, right? Now let's create a color ID map for this so we can texture it in Keyshot. Let's get rid of this here. So we're just going to take our cap here. We're going to go to face and click and shift double click. And then we're going to hit shift period until it goes down and selects everything that's part of our cap here. So shift period. There you go. All right. Let's see if we got the top as well, and we do. We're gonna right click, assign new material, and let's go with Lambert, and we're just gonna give any other color to it. Doesn't really matter that much. Okay. So now that we have this, what we're gonna do is we're gonna right click at object mode. We're gonna go to edit, delete by type and history. Let's go to modify freeze transformations. And then we can go in, we're going to go to file, export selection, and let's export it as an FBX if I can find it. Nope, not that. FBX and jug FBX. Okay, and I'll save that on my desktop. There we go. So next up is Keyshot. Here we go. Okay guys, we're on Keyshot. We're going to go to File and New, and we're going to go to File and Import. And I'm going to import my FBX. Here we go. We'll give that a sec. And there you have it. Okay. Now, it's really tricky when you want to apply a material on a plastic bottle, because I've been playing around with the settings and just simply using plastic doesn't really cut it. Okay. So I've been looking around on websites with information on refraction index and so forth, and what I've decided to do on this bottle is to use the default material glass, and then we're going to tweak the settings on it. Okay, so let's go to our glass material, and let's see, and what I'm going to use here actually is window glass. Okay, so I'm going to take the one on the top right here, which is Energy Smart Blue. And I'm going to pull that up right there. And then we're going to double click on the setting here. We're going to go into the material tab. And a couple of things we're going to do. First, we're going to turn off two-sided, which will immediately have it look a lot more like something that's plastic. And then we're going to tweak the refraction index. And we're going to bring that way up. Okay. Now, as we do that, more and more it's starting to look like a plastic jug. And then finally, what we're going to do is we're going to go into our color, and we're going to push that way up until we're pretty close to white. It should have the slight blue sheen to it, but not too much. That's a little bit too much. Maybe like so. And we can tweak that later on once we have set up our environment and so on. Okay, so that's good for now. We're going to go in for our cap here, and let's apply some plastic material to that. So we're going to go to, let's see, rough plastic. Let's do this hard blue here. That seems to be spot on. That's good. And then let's set up our environment and so forth. Okay, so we're going to go to our, let's see, our interior, and let's drag this guy in, and let's see what we get. Very realistic. First, I'll go into my backdrop, and we're just going to put in a either a white solid, or we'll do slightly gray. Let's see. Yeah, white's better. Cool. And we'll just set that up like so. As you can see, it has an effect on the color of our jug, so we need to keep that in mind. But first, let's play a little bit more with the options that we have here, just to see what will create the most realistic effect. As you can see, lighting has a huge effect on our object. We're just going to keep on going, but for now, the one on the top is by far the favorite. That's not bad, but no, don't like that either. So I'm going to go with the top one here. By far it looks the best. And then based on this lighting, and I'll actually make sure it's set up correctly. So we'll do full simulation. And then we'll go in, and I typically turn off interior mode because it gives a better effect. Okay, so we have that. Now we can double click on the material that we were using for our bottle here, and let's see if we can. We have to go out first, double click on that, go back in, and let's see if we can make that nice and bright. Kind of tricky to get that perfect. That looks pretty good. So we're going to accept that as a setting. We're going to find a nice angle to show off the handle and so forth. We didn't model that for nothing. And what I'll do here is go to basic setup here, so it won't lag my system so much. Where's my handle at? This is so reflective that it's almost hard to see. There it is. Okay. Okay, so we'll do that. And then we'll go back to our full simulation. We'll turn off interior mode. And I'm just gonna go through the render settings. Here we go. So let's see. Okay, we're gonna go to the render tab. I'm gonna go to my options. I want maximum samples. I'm gonna go back to my output. Let's call this jug render. And I'm gonna save that on my desktop. That's a good size. Let's see, 100 dpi, that's all good, okay? So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pause the video, render this guy out, and I'll be back in a sec. Here we go. Okay guys, well there you have it. There's our final render. Turned out okay, I think. Just to show you that there are many ways to achieve the same goal. You don't necessarily have to choose plastic to get plastic, and just be creative with that. Okay, so hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you have any questions, as always, let me know. And that said, thank you guys for watching, and see you guys next time. Bye.